Peace, yeah. How y'all doing? Call you right back. I'm on a live. All right. All right, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hope you had a wonderful day. Your job clearly is necessary and appreciated. See, some people are commenting the word saw you. I appreciate that as well. We do start tomorrow. Tomorrow we start. It'll be kickoff day of our 3-day land flipping challenge. On that challenge, you're going to learn about the world of land investing. We're going to take it from the beginning of where you get started at, and then we'll run it to more advanced and what more advanced looks like and what more advanced offers. Let's start with beginner first because we can't have a home without a foundation first. So, the beginning, we always recommend that you start with tax deed investing. Why tax deed investing? Well, let's talk about that world. Tax sale investing. Under tax sale investing, there's three things that you should know. You have tax deed auctions, you have tax lien auctions, then you have something that's called a redemption auction that does a dual of both things. It starts as a lien and it ends as a deed. I recommend if you're new or your budget restraint, you start there. Why do I recommend you start there? Because it has a price point for everyone's budget, right? We can show you how to find land for as little as $300. Clearly, that ranges and goes all the way up to a couple of hundred thousands if that's what you're looking for. What depicts the price? Area. Typically, area is going to depict price. So you may be thinking, well, if it's a $300 area, how much money would I be able to make? Well, let's use a little bit of common sense because if you're spending $300 on a piece of land, don't think that you're going to be making, tens of thousands off it. Not true. Absolutely not true. But however, if you study money, right? Would it be a bad idea to invest 300 to make back 900, to invest 300 to make back 1200, to 3x or 4x your money? No. You're 3x in your money. If you want to make more money, put more money up and 3x it. Then you'll make more, right? So the game is not rigged that, people have been buying for 300 and selling for 50,000 and you've been kept out. That's not true. Now, the key to that is if you were investing in such low denominations of $300, the key to that would be going out and buying multiple $300 properties. That is how you get it to move a lot faster. Hypothetically, if you bought 5 of those for $1,500, only $1,500, 5 properties, and you sold each of them for $900, that's $4,500. Now you made a profit of over $3,500, which is doable. But that's starting where you're at, right? That's starting where you're at. Clearly, as I stated, it goes up $1,000, $1,500, $5,000, 10. It's real estate, people. It offers every price point that you could want to participate in. If you knew about it, I'm assuming that you would be participating in it. That's why we're on this call tonight, so I can bring awareness, so at least you'll know what's out there for you to participate in and potentially scoring, right? Because I always say, I feel we need options. We have to have options. We have to give ourselves the highest potential to be successful because nobody's bringing these options to you. And these are not taught in school. It's not taught in college. So either you know or you don't know. We just so happened to stumble into this space. We picked it up and we never put it down. All right, so we'll go over that. Then we'll talk about how, for those that may have larger budgets, how you swing the bat a little harder coming out the gate. How do we go around the auction? How do we get large acreage deals? Because when we were doing the auctions, at one point, we were having so much success in it, but there were smaller lots coming from the auctions, right? And I'll pause there 1 second. Smaller lots coming from the auction, right? Don't think when you're dealing with an auction, you're going to be getting 5 acres and 6 acres coming from the auction. Do they exist? Yes, they exist. Are they readily available? No, they're not readily available, because you have to look at it from the reverse side. If 5 acres, 6 acres, 10 acres of a good, solid piece of land is in the auction, don't get excited. Say to yourself, why? Why? Why, if it's so good, this 5 acre piece, why and how did it get to the auction? See, most new people look at it different. They just see what they want to see. Usually they're looking at profit, so they get excited first. We don't these days. Why is it in the auction is the question. And then we start to do homework from that perspective. Because once we X off all the whys and we can't find any, then we deem it to be a good deal of investing. And that's tax deed investing. And I'll take it a step further. That's land investing. Even with dealing with large acreage, even if I'm buying it directly from an owner, my job is to make sure I'm buying a good piece. That's it. Because people will look to sell you anything, especially when it's money driven. It's your job to know what you're buying. So the auction has a saying that's called caveat emptor. That means buyer beware. Owners don't have to disclose anything. Just hopefully you're dealing with someone that stands for something and has a little bit of integrity. But they don't have to tell you what's wrong with property. Most of them, it has in their writings, just the same way my listings have in it. Make sure all due diligence is done before moving forward. It's not our job to tell you whether, because I don't know what you're looking for. My job is to sell my property. My job is to put everything that I know about it in or not. There's no law that states that we have to say anything. It's your job to know what you're buying. All right, so comment the word soil. And we do start tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, it's going to be an exciting week. Really, it will be an exciting week. I think I mentioned it on a live last night. I'm back in the Alabama auction, which it kind of died down in my community. At one point, it was a hot auction. It was one of the hottest auctions that we were participating in. It kind of died down, but we're back over there. Really good one for the fact that they have price conducive land, really friendly. So I'm not going to really be giving that out on a challenge. I will be giving that out to my next class of investors. We will be giving that out to them. All right. So comment soil to make sure that you come and hear about the information. If it resonates with you, you'll get an opportunity to move forward. And there we have it, right? I'm looking for like-minded individuals because I do have a private fund that's called my 5K Club, where a group of investors, we all pool in increments of $5,000 into a fund where we're self-funding our own deals. Clearly, the larger that fund, the bigger the deals that we can get done as a unit, right? So that has been in existence for the last 2.5 years. And that's what's needed. I know it's a tough thing to do, but it is needed because this is what other coaches do. They have backing to do big projects. We fly solo for whatever the reasons are. So find your tribe. If it's us, cool. If it's not, find a tribe or create a tribe, because flying solo truly makes no sense. Even if it's not for direct finances, even if it's just to pick each other's brain, to throw ideas in the wall, up against the wall and see what sticks. Find a tribe to be a part of that resonates with you and your spirit, because we have to stop moving how we're moving. We can't do anything together. And it's set up for us to be separated. And there's no power in separation, none whatsoever. So if it's the Acre Boys, then do what you got to do to get down with the team. If it's not the Acre Boys, my suggestion would be find a group or a tribe or create one. All right. Won't be a long live tonight. I did just want to come and bring awareness about this is the last night before we start tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will start at 6:30. We always start each of our calls with mindset. Why mindset? Because if the mind is right, the grind won't be right. That's just the truth of the matter. That's just the facts. So we have to make sure mentally we're ready to receive. So we always start with mindset, and then at 7 o'clock, the Acre Boys will come on, and then we'll start teaching about the space. All right. And before I go, I always have to say when you comment, so you check your DM for the registration link. Hit the registration link. Once you get inside, I recommend that you join the VIP room. VIP room this time around is only $27. VIP room will have the chance to speak to us directly and ask questions and things of that nature. That's my recommendation. It is free for the general admission room, however. All right, so comment, saw you. I'll see you there. Bring a friend. Tell your cousin or whomever you do business with. If you don't do business with somebody, maybe you want to find somebody to bring along. This works better when you have someone to lean on. I have to be totally transparent. If I didn't have a partner, I don't know if we would be here, to be honest, because it's ups, it's downs. You're falling. You got to get back up. All right. It's tough flying solo. I just said it is hard flying solo. When I fall, he may be up. When he fall, I may be up. We pick each other back up. We figure things out together. And for the record, we don't have it all figured out. So if you may be looking at us like this is figured out, this is what we call taking action. We figure things out as we go. That's just the truth of the matter. So now we're on our fourth challenge. Do you think the first challenge was as smooth as number 4? No. James said, where's the links? The link, you have to check your DM. If you comment, saw you, or you can go to the link in our bio and just go directly click on it and register. All right, beautiful people. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Well deserved, especially good mothers. Much love, well deserved, much appreciated. Y'all make the world go around. Comment, saw you, and I'll see you there. Come with some of the mothers, y'all come on in. My community is 70% women. Fellas catch up. 70% women. Fellas catch up. 70% women. Fellas catch up. I say that only to say that that's just my personal data, and my personal data states that the women that we encounter, they're making decisions. I'm gonna give you an interesting stat. Very interesting stat. This is our personal data, personal stats as well. When across all platforms, I think organically we have, I don't know, over 700,000 followers. That's across all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We have over 700,000 followers. Out of all of the followers, 65% of the people that follow us are men on social media, are men. In my private community, my paid community, we have hundreds of people in there. 70% of the paid community, women. So that's how I know women that encounter us, they're making decisions faster than the men that encounter us. And I'm still trying to dial in or pinpoint exactly why. My only recollection or why that's happening is I believe it's harder for men to follow other men. I think that's a longer journey. James said they're smarter. That's an idea. They could be smarter. But I didn't say it. James said it. All right. But that's what I think. I think it's tougher for men to follow other men and say, hey, that's somebody that I respect as a leader. And it takes a lot for us to get men to commit to another man and say, I trust in you. or I give you the reins to lead. That's just my opinion. If anybody else have an idea of what they think it is, you can drop it in the comments, because truly I don't know. But I do encourage even the men, especially if you have sons, come get the information so you can pass it down to your sons. I wish that my father was active and my father had passed something like this magnitude down to me as well. All right, I can talk as these days, but I don't want to talk long tonight. So I'll just say once again, happy Mother's Day. Comment Sawyer. I'll see y'all tomorrow evening. Peace, love.